Hello and welcome to Film Review. And hey, it's what I like to call Civil War Cinema Day. And basically, since I went and reviewed the Free State of Jones, which was a Civil War film, and I love Civil War films, I thought I'd go ahead and review a bunch of Civil War films today. Some of my favorites and some requests. I'd go ahead and knock out as many of these as I can today. And today, right now, this particular video, we're going to be taking a look at the 1989 film Glory, directed by Edward Zwick, and starring Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington, Cary Elwes, Morgan Freeman, just an all-star cast. Music by James Horner. The budget for the film was $18 million from TriStar Pictures. It actually made quite a profit at $26.8 million it ended up making. The film is the story of the 54th Massachusetts, which was one of the first all-black infantry units in the Civil War, the first combat ones actually, led by Colonel Robert Shaw. And a lot's been made about the film and a lot of things like that. Let me just give you my 2 cents about the film. I'm trying not to give away any spoilers. If you haven't seen the film, go see it. Okay, it's an important film. It's a film that needed to be made, and it's a good film. Basically, it's the story of them forming this regiment. It's the story of the soldiers. It's the story of the officers, the white officers, and the conflicts involved, and eventually them getting a combat assignment down in South Carolina and down up the coast there. And the story of what happens to the 54th Massachusetts. A very, very good film. So we're going to go through each of the individual parts of the film as far as how good everything is. So, number one, the cast. Brilliant cast. One of the things I always love, I'll watch the Nostalgia Critic, and I'll watch Doug Walker, and I know he hates Matthew Broderick, but he makes it a point never to mention Glory, because Glory is really his shining moment, in my opinion. I mean, I know Ferris Bueller's Day Off and the producers, he's very, very talented. He's made some real crap films, which he loves to hit him on Inspector Gadget and all these other, Godzilla, terrible movies. But he never mentions Glory, because Glory is such a fine film. And the thing is that you could say, oh, well, he's working with Denzel Washington. He won an Academy Award for this film. He's working with Morgan Freeman. How are you going to screw that up? The thing is that he shares the screen with these guys, and he's not overpowered by them. Broderick really shows his acting teeth in this film. And it's really a brilliant performance by him. So the casting is wonderful. Cary Elwes, wonderful. He always is, and he's just so well cast. Morgan Freeman's Morgan Freeman. Denzel Washington. This was the film that really made Denzel Washington, I think, really took him that next level. I mean, he won an Academy Award, and it was kind of all uphill from there. So the cast, brilliantly done. So that's what I have to say about that. The story, it's the only thing I have a negative to say about the story is that it doesn't show any of the Confederate side of the view. That being said, this is not that story. Okay? You never really see the Confederacy. They're just the enemy. That's all they are in this. You never get to meet any of them. You never get to know anything about them. And I like my war stories, as a conflict of interest, and there is no real conflict. There's the enemy. They must die, and die horribly. Effects. Special effects in the film, it's 1989. There's none of that digital crap. This is all practical effects, and it has probably the greatest Civil War hospital scene ever in the history of cinema. But I watched the one in Free State of Jones is basically an homage. They pay homage to this scene in Free State of Jones, and they still can't top it. It has one of the most uncomfortable scenes you will ever see, where Matthew Broderick is forced to have his head turned to the side, and he's looking at this. It's behind this curtain. This guy's getting his leg sawed off, and it's one of the most disturbing, horrible scenes in cinematic history. You see the blood spurting up against the curtain, and you just hear the screams and everything like that. And you know how horrible it was at that time. And it really does have a lasting effect on you. I know that the director really wanted to show the horrors of war, but at the same time, he does try to make it so history buffs will like the film. It's a great film, and it's a great historical film. And if you're a history buff, a lot of your films, even if you love them to death, they're not necessarily great movies. This is both a great movie and a great history buff movie, because, I mean, it tells you basically the where and why. The history buffs love to see, okay, at the very beginning it says, this is Antietam. Antietam, all right, there it is. And so everyone jumps onto that, and it's a great, he does a great job of, explaining the where and when and why these things are happening. And then, of course, he lets the story unfold with these great actors and this great script. So it's both a great movie and a great historical movie. So you put the two together, so sometimes you get a historical movie that's incredibly boring, but it's very accurate. This is it does take a few liberties with a few things here and there, but it's just a beautiful story. So that's about the effects and the script right there. The soundtrack, James Horner, just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soundtrack on this film. See this film, just you just get the soundtrack. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a wonderfully put together film as far as that is concerned as well. Boy, what else can I say about this film? I love it. I really do love Glory. I watched it again recently just for this review, and it is as powerful now as it was the first time I saw it. If you're not interested in the Civil War, watch it. You may become interested in the Civil War. If you love the Civil War, you love stuff about the Civil War, check it out. So that leaves me to my rating of the film. 1 star being don't pee on it if it's on fire, because it's not worth the effort. Let it burn. 5 stars, take all your clothes off and give it all to charity. Give everything you own to charity and jump off the nearest bridge, because you'll never see anything better. I was debating on this. I was going to give it like 4 3/4, because I didn't like the fact that they didn't mention anybody. You didn't see this point of view of any of the Confederacy, but something that's not part of the story. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a full 5 stars out of 5. Watch it, and then burn everything you own and give it away to charity, and then jump off a bridge, because you're never going to see a better Civil War film all around than this. Maybe some of the ones I review on here, check those out before you take the plunge. But that's my call on it. I'd love to hear your call on it. What do you think about Glory? Is it as great as everyone says it is, or is it overrated? I'd love to hear what you have to say. I want to know why it's overrated. If you think it's overrated, let me know why, because I haven't seen any reason for it to be overrated or to be considered overrated. If you like the video, you want to see more, please consider going ahead and subscribing. It really helps out the channel in so many ways. If you like the video, also click on the like button. If you don't like it, hey, leave a comment below. Tell me why you think I'm full of crap. I love to hear why I'm full of crap, because I am full of crap. I got brown eyes because I got so much crap in me. So until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side, and keep watching them movies.